Hello, everyone. I am Mrs. Holt-Spencer, and thank you for coming to my virtual open house. I'm going to be talking about my class, Themes in Literature, Heroes and Villains. So just a little about me first. This is my 7th year teaching, but my first at Carmel High School. I graduated from Indiana University, and I'm also currently working on my master's in English literature through IU Online. Outside of school, I love to spend time with my 2 kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 7-month-old. And of course, being an English teacher, I love to read. Just a little bit about the class. This is an English class for juniors and seniors. It fulfills 1 English core credit. It's a semester-long class. In this course, students will read, annotate, discuss, and write about heroes and villains in a wide scope of literature. I'm going to go through each of our units so that you can get an idea of what we will be working on throughout the semester. The first unit is the hero's journey, and skills that students will develop in this unit include identifying character and narrative archetypes and describing how they are treated in a text, analyzing the features of a heroic character and the significance of their portrayal in fiction, and identifying and analyzing common themes among hero stories. In our second unit, the villain's descent, skills that students will develop in this unit include identifying how an author develops character motivations and actions through literary devices and dialogue, analyzing an author's use of subtext, irony, and figurative language to illustrate themes and traits, and developing and defending a position on 2 characters from different texts by drawing upon and analyzing textual evidence. Our third unit is the rise of the superheroes. Skills that students will develop in this unit include analyzing foundational texts within the superhero genre, tracing the development and articulating changes within superhero stories, and synthesizing multiple sources of information in order to develop a perspective on superhero stories. In Unit 4, Representation in Superhero Narratives, skills that students will develop in this unit include comparing and contrasting the emergence of common literary features and themes across 2 texts of different media, synthesizing information to develop a stance on an issue or theme that emerges within multiple fictional texts. And in Unit 5, Heroes and Villains in Society, skills that students will develop in this unit include analyzing themes within a text and connecting those to a broader cultural, historical, or social context, engaging in ongoing conversations that raise relevant issues within a text and analyzing their implications, conducting a dialogue around specific issues within a text and connecting those issues to a broader theme in the course. And that's our last unit for the semester. Throughout these units, we will be reading Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, translated by Simon Armitage, Othello by William Shakespeare, Rise of the Black Panther by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and students will also be able to choose 1 novel from the library, and they'll be picking from a list that the librarians have generated of different heroes' journey stories. Our summative assessments are listed here along with the weight they will have on a student's final grade. Our first summative assessment is a creative project visually representing the hero's journey. This is 10% of each student's final grade. At the end of Unit 2, students will be producing a literary analysis paper. This is going to be a process paper, so students will be going through multiple drafts. This is 25% of each student's final grade. Unit 3 does not have a summative assessment, so in Unit 4, students will be producing a group presentation, which will be 25% of their grade. And in Unit 5, there will be a book talk podcast that each student creates, and this will be 20% of their final grade. Formative assessments, the small assessments that we will do throughout each unit, will be the other 20%. This is just some information that might be useful for you about this class's grading practices. I let students know that I'm very flexible about deadlines, especially if they talk to me ahead of time. And if a student is missing a formative assessment on Canvas, they can still turn it in for full credit. If a student does not turn in a summative assessment, I will be in contact with them and parents or guardians about the next step. This can be still turned in until the due date of the next summative assessment. Please feel free to contact me at any time through Canvas or by phone. The best times by phone would be during the school day between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 4:25 p.m. You can also send me an email. My email is listed on the screen. I also have this on Canvas as well. And my phone extension is 7180. Now I am going to show you our class Canvas page. Our class Canvas page, if you haven't become an observer, it is a really great idea so that you can see a little bit more in depth on what your child is working on in class. And if you go to the home page, it has a series of buttons. There's learning modules, class resources, and contact me, and those buttons will take you anywhere you need to go. Learning modules is what we use in class every day to access the material. And this is also where students will turn in assignments. So you can see here a list of materials for every day. If you click on course materials, it'll take you to a module that contains the course expectations, and I also included a writing contest. So as the semester goes on, if there's anything that I feel like will be relevant to students, I'll also include it in our class resources there. As I said before, please feel free to reach out to me at any point if you ever just want to check in on your child, or if you have any questions or concerns. I'm really happy to speak with you. And for all of my students, I just want the best and for them to be successful. So I'm looking forward to a really great semester. Thank you.